Hello, Avatar. I need your help. I need your help to explain something. The days get away from me, and I struggle to find time in amongst the drip of moments leeching away. Reality, it's so big and so broad and so overwhelming. How do you define it? How do you capture the essence of what is real and hold it up for everyone to examine and nod their heads over and exclaim with perfect understanding, yes, that is exactly it. That is the concept of reality before us. How do I explain to people the slipping between? That between a first life and a second life, there is a morass through which we glide so effortlessly. And that morass is a journey unto itself that we barely register in the moments it takes to traverse it. Between a reality and a virtuality, there is a continuum along which we slide and a bounce back, so that a virtuality may become a reality to those who live it, and that the continuum itself is simply a way of describing the multitude of realities that we journey from moment to moment in these complex lives. How do I explain that it is all real, that it is just our filters of perception that bind us into one thing or another? That for our complicated brains to make sense of the world in which we inhabit, we must find a truth to cling to, something that binds us and holds us firmly, a truth that tethers us and comforts us with the warmth and strength of its embrace. How do I show that the lives of people, whether a first life or a second life, that every moment is a reality lived, and those moments of realities are fleeting and ephemeral and so much more beautiful for being so? Online or offline, we are all ephemeral. There is no forever in the lives of humans. There is only the short slices of time allowed to us through commercial interests or biology. There is comfort in that. There is a beginning and an end, and perhaps if we are lucky, there may be another beginning. For me, there is no existential dread in either reality, only joy and grief and lives well and fully lived. How do I explain that we are all representative of something more? That the avatar is a representation, just as our physical bodies are also representations, but that both of these things, and yet neither of these things, are the lie. Descartes says that doubt is the foundation of our existence, that we must accept the lie and live in the madness, that the way through the madness is to find the one truth that is undeniable and irrefutable, that we think, therefore we are. It is from this one essential truth that our realities are built. Everything else must be reasoned into existence. This chair, this table, this cup of coffee, do any of them truly exist, or do I just think they do? And if they only exist because I think they do, does it really matter whether they exist or not? When reality is a matter of perception and reflection, of a consensus, or even a contention, which reality is truly real, and does it really matter? Plato gave us the allegory of the cave, which reveals to us that we may think and believe we are in one reality, but in being led from the cave, we realize that reality is so much more than our own narrow focus of vision. Then to take the allegory further, how do you then retreat back into the cave and explain that reality is not this or that, but rather only what we perceive? A thought that in turn leads me back to the beginning. How do I capture the essence of all of that? How do I show the beauty and the madness and the moments within that define the blending and meshing of our online and offline realities that make them all one and the same? Well, for a start, you need to wake up, Avatar, so we can show the rhythm of our days.
Do you feel like it's less real than your real life? Or do you feel like it's sort of, when you're in here, that it is real?
To me, it is real. Like, I don't shut off my feelings for everybody when I log out. And I think some people do. I think that they make a very big distinction between their second life being just like this game and their real life being everything else. And some people can do that. My lines are super, super blurred. And so when I am here, I feel like a mother, which I'm not a mother in real life. I don't have kids in real life. So all I have are my second life kids. But when I'm here with them, I feel like their mom. And when I am posing or doing pictures or stuff like that, I feel like a model, or I feel like an artist, or I feel like a fashionista.
Lately, I seem to be doing a lot of photos like this. Apparently, I'm craving quiet and peace. Maybe it has something to do with my hectic life. It's been a while since I've written a blog post, mostly because, well, life. The rhythm of my days is a crazy busyness combined with longing for connection. There is a strange sort of synchronicity between my two worlds. Some days, I will log in when I start work in my studio at home in real life. I get dressed in Second Life and sit in the kitchen, drinking coffee while I sort things out. Coffee seems to be a theme in both of my lives. I check out group notices, social media, see if any of my favourite people have put out a new YouTube video or a blog post. If I have a lot to do that day in my real life studio, I will either park myself in my Second Life studio and listen to the music stream, or I will attend a live music event, always jazz at one of the jazz joints around, and support the musicians who play. I will listen to their chatter and the music while I work. Sometimes I chime in on a group chat if I need a brain break from what I am doing. If I am lucky enough to have a quiet day in real life, I will venture out into the Second Life world. I love these days. I will attend one of the many charity events happening, or visit the art galleries and check out what is on, or immerse myself into an installation. I will also visit scenic sims. I will pull open my destination guide and randomly pick something, or go to places I have bookmarked. For me, there is not a lot of separation between my avatar and myself. My personality doesn't change between one reality and another. I have the same over-exuberance when I meet people, the need to question everything and dig out the stories that make people who they are. The beautiful and the tragic and the humour and the joy in people attract me like a moth to the flame, and I can't ask enough questions to satisfy my gluttonous urge to understand identity and realities. Each story given and each question answered is a gift. My bad days reveal themselves with equal clarity. Days in which my social anxiety kicks in and is a damn curse to me. Everything seems askew, and I am so fraught with social contact that I'm either paralysed and can't talk at all, or I overreact to, well, everything. The words that tumble over themselves in a chaotically ridiculous stream, or that are completely silenced with an overabundance of paranoia and stress and a deep-seated panic that anything I say will be unequivocally the wrong thing. My physical appearances are quite different, but the things that make me me are there. The tattoos and the blue hair and the glasses, for instance, all me. Small things about them change. The design and placement of my tattoos, the length and style of my hair, the shape of my glasses, but they are all still pieces of reality I have brought into my virtuality. I wonder at the things we choose to keep, that which we identify as being us in particular, and those that we choose to leave behind. For some people, there is a complete transition, and quite often I have wanted to walk through the world as something other than this person I present as. It just never quite sits right with me, as if shedding my skin and my identity and wandering too far from the essence of who I am is too much change. So, dear reader, such are the meanderings and thoughts and the rhythms of my days. The ramblings, well, they're just an added bonus, really.